All right.
So Darkness got some upcoming albums. Tell me about some bars from hell that you're gonna drop soon. That you're gonna give us.
Yo, so I got an album. I got a lot of music coming out, man. I got an album. My newest album that's coming up is gonna be with me and Real CEO. He's a rapper from Virginia, and we linked up like years back. You know what I mean? And our styles are different too. His is more like in between underground and mainstream, right? Whereas mine is like pretty underground, right? But yo, we literally made an album just based on the conversations we had. We literally had conversations about what we think about the industry, what we think about hip hop, what's going on right now, what we think as artists, just dealing with fans, dealing with the business and everything like that. And we created just songs based off of that. So it gives like a perspective like from that separates the fans' point of view from the artist's point of view.
I see.
Right? So that's what's coming up, and it's gonna be we're releasing it like end of August. It's gonna be called Taking Out Targets.
Taking Out Targets shit.
And like the whole context of taking out targets is like we're just taking out targets, like not about any specific rappers or nothing like that. It's like we're on the side of actual musicians and rappers. Like we're just taking out targets in the sense of like taking out targets about the facade that the music industry tries to play off of or use artists or benefit from. And we're just talking about like really that type of stuff, like even the deals that go on in the music industry. Like fans, like people who are like music listeners, they don't know anything about that shit.
Right.
There's more to this shit than just fucking see the fan. See, this is the problem, okay? The fan thinks music works like this. They think it's like a fucking talent show. They think it's like, oh, if you're good, people are gonna love you. If you suck, people are gonna hate you. And how much people tap into your shit or don't tap into your shit, like that's how it shows if you're good or not, right? Which is not the case, because like there's a whole business component involved in it, right? So that's literally what this album is about, right? And then so we have like 6 or 7 tracks. I forget, man. I make so much freaking music, I forget. We have 6 or 7 tracks. 2 of the tracks is just both of us, like we have a single. So Real CEO, he has a single called Culture, and he's literally talking about culture and what culture means and what it doesn't mean, right? And about the music industry and stuff like that. I have a track, it's a single, it's called Ode to the Witch, and it's really about it's really like about the culture, but how the culture and the marketing of music is being kind of it's being driven by the consumer. 80% of consumers just in the world in anything, right? 80% of consumers in economics are women. Mm-hmm. Right? So it's like I'm using kind of like not necessarily a woman, but like a witch.
Right.
Like I'm turning the consumers into a witch. Right? And the song is called Ode to the Witch.
Right.
So it's really talking about that, and it's talking about how like it's like certain types of trends, right? They're being driven on image and like selfies, and like it's literally what women, the culture amongst women, based on what I've seen on Instagram, like selfies and duck faces and all that corny shit, what women are kind of doing. But I'm taking that and I'm turning it into the market of rap music. Like this is what it's being marketed to, and I'm going against that, right? I'm almost like using euphemisms to go against that.
Right. You're targeting the women mostly on for Ode to the Witch.
It's not that I'm targeting the women. I'm just using them as an example because of the fact that 80% of the what drives music that's trending is pop culture being marketed towards women. That's the truth, man. And like, I mean, it's been like that. Like Tupac said it the best, man. Like Tupac said it the best in that interview where he was like, I told Biggie. It's like, I told Biggie. He's like, stop making, and this is him, quote unquote. It's like, stop making music for the niggas and start making music for the bitches. Because the bitches will buy your records and the dudes, and this is me saying this, just interpreting what he was saying. It's like, cause the bitches will buy your records, and then this is me, and the dudes are thirsty because they want to get laid, right? So they want women around them, and the dudes will just follow the women. The bitches will buy the music, and then the dudes will buy the music based on the women, right? So that's like a double whammy, right? So I'm almost talking about what Tupac said, and about how it went sideways in regards to that one thing, right? Not that I'm saying like it's Tupac's fault. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying Tupac said that because he had knowledge of self. He had knowledge that that's how this world works, right?
But your track isn't like a club banger. It's like
it could be. Like the beat is pretty dope. Right. You know what I mean? The beat is pretty dope. So I mean, like it could be a club banger, but if you pay attention, the people who want to take it for a club banger, they won't pay attention to what it's saying. They'll just take it for the beat. They'll take it for a club banger, right? But the people who are adamant to hear what someone is saying, they will understand what it means, and that's what my single on Taking Out Targets is. We got to get Real CEO up here one of these days and let him talk about his single, because honestly, Real CEO, he's a fucking dope rapper. You know what I mean? And I'm fortunate and I'm blessed, and he's fortunate, he's blessed that me and him, we both linked up and we were able to do music. Because at one point, me and Real CEO, we didn't even know how to make a track together.
Oh, really?
Because his shit was so like punchline based rap, which I like. I'm a fan of that, right? That's how I became a fan of rap music, because I'm a fan of the punchlines, like Lloyd Banks punchline type shit, right? I don't necessarily rap like that. Like I do to some extent, but I also involve like other schemes of literary tools, right? But Real CEO, he's a very punchline based rapper, and when I heard his music, that's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of Lloyd Banks. That's why I fuck with him.
And it's like related to the culture.
Right. It's related to, well, punchline rap is lyrical rap. Right? Punchline rap is lyrical rap. It's not like some dumbed down, you're repeating a phrase and blah blah. No, it's a literary tool. Punchlines are you're doing puns on words. You're doing plays on words, right? So it's like, so that's why I liked his shit. But at one point, we didn't know. Like I remember when I was making the Grim Speaker album. When I was making the Grim Speaker album, I wanted him on it. This was like years back, man. And like DJ Shay from Black Soprano Family, he's the one who engineered that whole mixtape. But I wanted Real CEO on it, and I sent him a track, but he didn't know what to do with the track.
Because it's too dark?
Yeah, it was too, well, the track was called Macabre Spirits.
Oh, okay.
Right? Like macabre, like dreary, dark spirits, right? So he didn't know what to do with it. He's like, man, I can't come up with anything, right? Because that's not his vibe. So then it took us a while to come up with like a medium between me and him. But Aloe Beats, shout out to Aloe Beats. Aloe Beats provided us with the production for Taking Out Targets, the new album that's coming up. And his production was the perfect medium. His production reminded me a lot of like I'm not against trap beats. I like trap beats.
But it complements both him and you.
Yeah. if the vibe complements me and him,
Right.
then it makes sense.
Right.
Right? I'm not against trap beats at all, right? And this is not a trap beat album, right? But Aloe, he does, like, he's made trap beats and stuff, but he like, his style is like, it's almost like he's able to have a good medium between underground and mainstream, right? So I mean, Aloe Beats, Aloe Music, shout outs to him. He provided us with the production, and it was a great medium, and we literally created a fucking classic. Because the bars on that shit, god damn, bro.
Damn.
Shit is fucking dope.
Damn.
You know what I mean? It's fucking dope. This is what's called, like, real thought through shit.
And even for Ode to the Witch, like, it sounds like a love song, like a Drake love song, but it's nothing like that.
No, it sounds like it, right? And so it's like, people can take it for what it is. Like, I don't want to ruin it for people.
Right.
The people want to take it as a love song, they can take it as a love song. Fuck, when Real CEO heard it, the first thing he asked me, he's like, the first thing I want to ask you is like, is that about a chick? Is that about, like, an ex-girlfriend? And I was like, yes and no.
Right.
It is and it's not, right? And so, like, people can take it almost like that as a love song.
Mm-hmm.
The people who want to take it for for that, they can, and the people who don't, they don't have to, right? So it's like, it was a good song for me to really put out something that brings multiple ears from a diverse audience, from a wider audience into this.
That's sick. Well, can't wait to hear it when it comes out.
Oh yeah, man, freaking end of August, bro.
End of August. Sick.
End of August.
Well, that's very interesting, Darkness. Now let's take you to our new track. Here goes.
They rockin' now, and before you jot it down, I'm not speaking in particular. The way the money jumps is like arrhythmias, cardiac arrest until your last breath. If you gon' tell me something, gotta say it with your chest. And while I'm still alive, gotta give me my respect. Cause if I don't get my credit, might as well just be in debt. And I don't know if what I'm writing is considered as the best until I hear it all again, and then I know that shit the best. CEO.
Yeah, Darkness, the pallbearer of this rap shit. Shots fired in every direction. Real CEO in the back, dumping through the back of these corny kids, ready to take them to the cemetery. Graves prepared, nice and laced with their favorite jewelry. Fires blazing, it's hellfire at the crematory. Ash everywhere, I feel like a wandering, a gory skull caps around my neck. I feel like the rap